Hey Canucks fans, thanks to Seattle, we know that 2 of the Canucks preseason games will be against the Kraken. I'm Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, July the 10th. Subscribe now for Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Today's Saturday. That means tomorrow's Sunday. I know, a lot of rocket science there. And that means tomorrow is my weekly Ask Me Anything. Yes, I'll be doing my live stream at 10 p.m., but I'm doing my weekly Ask Me Anything vlog earlier in the day. So leave a question today in the comments. Mark it AMA for Ask Me Anything, and I'll do my best to get to it in tomorrow's AMA vlog. We know that the Vancouver Canucks, we know at least 2 of their preseason games because the Seattle Kraken made a big announcement yesterday releasing their preseason schedule, and the Vancouver Canucks are featured in 2 of them. So the Seattle Kraken will play 6 preseason games, and that means they got Vancouver twice, Edmonton twice, and Calgary twice. So Seattle will start their very first preseason game will be actually in Spokane on Sunday night, September the 26th, hosting our Vancouver Canucks. Then they go to Edmonton for the 28th. They go to Calgary for the 29th. Then back to Washington State. I think it's Everett and then Kent, if it's in that order. Yes, Everett, they're hosting Edmonton on the 1st. They're hosting Calgary in Kent on the 2nd. And then up to Vancouver for their final preseason game on October the 5th, which is a Tuesday night. So again, Vancouver to start it off on September 26th in Spokane. Vancouver to end it off on October 5th in Vancouver. And then Edmonton, Calgary away, Edmonton, Calgary at home, right in the middle, between basically the meat of the preseason sandwich, with the Canucks being the bread. Gosh, I felt like I was doing a Seattle Kraken commentary there. And no, I joked around on Twitter, I will not be doing, with a K, Clay's Kraken commentary, because I don't want to devote too much time to Seattle. I know a lot of other people. It's going to happen naturally, and I think there's a lot of good vloggers already ready to go for the Seattle Kraken. And the acronym is just horrible, KKK. I'm going to promote CCC, but I'm certainly not going to promote KKK. So let's take what Seattle announced yesterday, and then how does it apply, more importantly, to the Vancouver Canucks? Well, we can glean a couple things first. At least the good thing is it's the preseason, at least for Seattle, is 6 games. If they're going to try and mandate it or make it consistent across the board, I like 6 games as a preseason. Obviously, last year there's no preseason, so that kind of stunk, and it made it a little tough. Especially we saw in our case for guys like Schmidt and Hamnick and Holtby getting acclimatized, accustomed to their new teams. So we're getting back to more of a regular season, and if the regular season is 82 games, hopefully, then a 6-game preseason makes sense. It's not too long either. Sometimes you get to 7, 8, 9 preseason games. You mix a couple inter-squad games in there. Sometimes that gets a little long for my liking. So I do like the 6 games, and then I do like the fact that it's fine. The NHL doesn't, unlike the regular season, the NHL doesn't release the preseason schedule all at once. Oftentimes it's left to the individual teams to announce it, and that's why I wasn't upset that we heard from Seattle 2 of Vancouver's preseason games. I think it's great. Then if Vancouver's next, or if we hear Edmonton's next, or Calgary's next, you can start to piece it together a little bit. And usually, once one goes, the rest of them start to go. So we might see Vancouver announce their preseason schedule pretty soon, officially. But as of now, we at least know it's Seattle's first game, Vancouver's last game. You can presume, given that there's 10 days between the 2 games, or 2 games in 10 days, that maybe Vancouver has the same. Maybe they start with Seattle, they end with Seattle, but who knows? There might be a game before that Seattle one for Vancouver, or might be a game after the Seattle one for Vancouver. So we'll see. The other thing is where Seattle is, going through Washington State, building up momentum, and maybe to give their arena a little bit more time to get ready, or basically saving the arena for the first home game of the regular season. Vancouver usually does the preseason games at Rogers Arena, but in the past they've also spread them out throughout the province as well. But they don't have to build up, say, their market as much as Seattle is trying to do right now. And it would make sense if Seattle's first home game, whether it's the first game of the regular season, they could start away, but their home game, it would be cool if their first visitor was indeed the Vancouver Canucks. So when it comes to preseason, we do know then that Vancouver is playing in Spokane, quote, Seattle, for September 26th. We know that Vancouver is playing at home on October 5th. A couple people reached out to me right away, which is kind of cool, and they said, hey, are you going to come down? I have a friend in Seattle or in the Washington State saying, are you going to come down for the game? And I probably won't go down for the preseason game. To me, that's a lot of time, money. I don't even know the border is going to be open, but that's a lot of energy, especially for the first preseason game, where we're probably going to see at least half the roster, if not more. We're going to see guys that won't make the team. So that's for the first one. The last one in October 5th, the last one for Seattle, maybe for Vancouver. That one you'll see almost close to regular season lineups, maybe give or take one or two guys. So I might entertain that one, but I'm also going to be able to see them throughout the regular season. So that might be a nice game to give away to someone who'd be really interested and might not be able to go to a game. However, there's part of me, I already know what I'm like, and I already know what I'm gonna. We'll have a bit of FOMO if I don't go to the first game that Seattle is playing in Vancouver, even if it's a preseason game. Talk to me in a couple months, because I might be feeling that as well. It's also on a Tuesday night, which is my bowling night. So there's a lot of things to consider, of course. But I think that's really cool, though, that Seattle announced the preseason schedule. I think it's cool that they're rotating around Washington. I think it's cool that it's 6 games. I think it's cool that it's against only 3 teams, only Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, rotating. And that would make sense, right? Why you usually don't have teams flying across the country just for the preseason. So if Vancouver's preseason docket includes Edmonton, Calgary, and Seattle, I'd be fine with that. Maybe a Winnipeg game thrown in there for good measure. That's fine too, as long as they're not flying cross country completely into 3 time zones that are 3 or 4 hours away. Well, at least 3 hours away. I would be good with that. Obviously, when it comes to the Canucks training camp roster and all that, we're gonna have a lot of time to talk about that because of everything I talked about yesterday. And thanks for your great feedback to my video from yesterday, talking about what's gonna come first: a buyout, a trade, a UFA signing, an RFA signing, or the expansion draft itself. Got some really good feedback to that. And as days go by, and as we as we get closer to the end of July, the Canucks news is going to ramp up. I know a couple people in the comments saying you're just looking for stuff to talk about. Yeah, I admit it. I'm looking for stuff to talk about because there's nothing to talk about right now. But we can speculate, and we can make good conclusions and report what we heard. And the last thing I'll say is the Abbotsford delay yesterday, it sounds like, has nothing to do with branding, marketing, cold feet, anything that, rather availability, likely availability of some key personnel who they want at that press conference. So no big deal. Ready to go on Wednesday, July the 14th for that press conference. All right, Canucks fans, leave a comment below. Tell me how excited you are about the Seattle versus Vancouver rivalry. Rivalries truly aren't built into the playoffs, but at least we have now a natural geographic rival. Tell me if you affirm my decision not to be a Seattle Kraken vlogger as well. I wouldn't do it instead of Vancouver. I would do it as an offshoot, but I think that's just dividing my time and energy. And again, the KKK abbreviation just doesn't work for me for a variety of reasons. Well, one really main reason. Other than that, let me know what you think of the fact that the Canucks are playing Seattle twice. Is that good, bad? Are you indifferent? And also let me make sure you leave a question for me for tomorrow's Ask Me Anything vlog, Market AMA. I just realized I did this whole video with the sun shining in, but that's okay. I'm in a good mood. It's a nice day. Have some people coming over to celebrate a belated birthday for myself. So yeah, it should be a really good day overall. Shout out to my Hall of Fame members: Jens95, Sim Alexander, Justin Credible, Nux fan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifert, Adam Broomfield, Shea Family Channel, Jamie Sports Talk and More, Shannon Hollingworth, and Andrew Chang. Thanks for your support as always. Thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video description. If you want to become a member of the CCC crew, press the join button underneath this or in my videos, or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. All right, friends, leave a comment. Would love to hear from you. Stay safe. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Become a member of this channel if you like to. Stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless. And go Canucks go.